Hey, how you doing? Got my chores pretty well whipped outside. I got washed up on the back porch. And I would like to welcome you to the kitchen at Wolfpack Ranch. I'm LJ Martin. We're located here in the shadow of Montana's beautiful, beautiful Sapphire Mountains and the incredibly lovely Pacific Northwest. I love all the states up here. Well, I love all the states all over, every place I've ever been. And we've been able to travel a lot, and we've been able to collect lots of recipes and brought them back here to share with you folks here. We're going to have some fun in the kitchen. I'm blessed to be married to Kat Martin, who's a New York Times best-selling author. She writes romantic suspense and historical romance and is published in over a dozen languages and more than twice that many countries. Consequently, we've been able to travel over a good part of the world. We've been to Ireland, Scotland, England, Holland, France, Spain, Italy a lot. Love Italy. Been to some little strange places like Andorra. Been in and around South America a little bit and Central America a little bit, and enjoyed the Caribbean a lot. And Mexico. Been in Mexico quite a little bit. And I've enjoyed the South Pacific a couple of times. Anyway, I've always elbowed my way into lots of wonderful kitchens and looked over the shoulders of some great chefs and had fun doing that, and even more fun with a lot of good old country cooks. I like straightforward food. I love the flavor of food. Spices are secondary for me. And if you like good food, you're in the right place. I gotta warn you that this show is rated. It's rated C for country. And we're going to have a lot of good country fun. I'm going to cook mostly things that you can find in your own country marketplace. Not too many fancy things. We like to take food from the mundane to the magnificent, and that's what we're all about here. I'm going to take a peek in the pantry. I'm going to see what's on the menu for today. And I want you to take a peek at Wolfpack Ranch and beautiful Montana, and where we have some of the great beef in the world, wonderful, wonderful lamb, incredible pork, super duper game all over our mountains here, deer and elk and antelope and lots of wonderful birds, ducks and geese, of course, and grouse and pheasants and I just can't tell you how much I enjoy waking here. I wake up with a silly grin every morning. Okay, I'm going to take a peek in the pantry. You take a peek around Montana, Wolfpack Ranch, and I'll be right back. Now, don't you dare go away. I got things pretty well put together here, I think. I checked out the pantry and came up with some baby back ribs. I love baby back ribs. I've been cooking them for a long time in my life. Cook them lots of different ways. Cook them outside when the weather's good. Cook them on the barbecue. But the real wonderful way to cook them is to cook them real slow in the oven, 290 degrees, 3 hours. Take them out, season them up, throw them on the grill, cook that seasoning on. We're going to do it a little different today. We're going to put a paste on them, a little bit of a paste on them before we put in the oven just to try them out. Then we're going to do some spaghetti with Putanesca sauce. Putanesca is an interesting name. Came from ladies of the night in Italy who had to make an inexpensive sauce, and this was, I guess, the way to do it. So, and strange, I got this funny little guy here that is a spaghetti serving measurer. My wife, I believe, bought me this because I always cook too much spaghetti. This actually, when you fill one of these rings up, and that happens to be the ring for 2 servings right there. Get these guys out. I got too much. What a surprise. Okay, there's there's 2 servings. So I'll have just the right amount of spaghetti. Actually, I'm cheating myself just a little bit. A few more strands maybe. And for just cat and I. And that's the way I'm going to cook. I'm going to cook 2 slabs of back ribs, which is probably more than we'll eat. But it's going to be wonderful. It's going to be delicious, nutritious. It's going to stick to your ribs, and you and your family are going to love it. Okay, I'm going to get my rub ready to go here. I got things pretty well laid out. This rub is going to be a little 8-ounce can of tomato sauce, which is a little Italian flavor to this guy. A whole tablespoon of Italian seasoning. You know, Italian seasoning is all the great seasonings all mixed up together. The thyme and basil and allspice and lots of good stuff all in it. But you just buy it as a seasoning. I got a little bit of a kick here. We're going to put a quarter of a teaspoon of beautiful red cayenne pepper in there just to lighten things up a little bit, make everybody skip. I've got a half a teaspoon of black pepper, pardon me, half a teaspoon of kosher salt or whatever kind of salt you'd like to use. I got a teaspoonful of garlic powder, and because I like the flavor that it adds, I'm going to use a full tablespoon of beef bouillon granules. They're just add a wonderful flavor to things. These are going to cook real slow, so they're not going to burn anything on the ribs. Speaking of ribs, I buy these in larger packages and cut them. This is one slab cut in half, which is all cat and I'll eat. And just make sure when you do these guys that there's a little membrane on the back side of them. I take the pliers and I just pull that little membrane off. It's a little hard to get to once in a while, and will not be the easiest little job you ever done. But when you get a piece of that membrane, you got to chew and chew and chew. You'll know you haven't done it. I always do it before I separate them up, put them in packages of 2 for cat and I, put them back in the freezer. Got a nice little pan here, all actually glass, all ready to go. I got it lined with foil because I'm lazy and I don't want to have to clean this big mess up later. So we're going to put that on. Then I'm going to put it in that oven, but I'm going to cover it. When I do, I'm going to put about a 3/4 of an inch of water in the bottom of this so it steams nice. I'm going to cover it. We're going to cook it long and slow, just so they are falling off the bone. When we decide we're going to take them off and throw them under the broiler and brown these wonderful little guys perfectly. That will give them the majority of the flavor. This will give them some. We're going to use this again before we throw them under there and brown it. Oh, what a wonderful aroma coming off that rub. Or paste in this instance might be a more appropriate term. One of the advantages of canned tomatoes is, they let them get ripe before they pick them. And you always get them nice, and as opposed to some of those that are picked too early. One of the advantages of frozen foods, we're getting lots of wonderful frozen and canned foods these days. Much better than those anemic looking succotash and peas that you used to get when I was a kid. There we go. We're just going to wrap it up, make the steam get to it. I didn't put the water in it. Got to do that. I'm going to put a little squirt of water in there.
Naval hero, soldier, adventurer, Edward Fitzgerald Beale cut a trail of courage from one coast to the other. America's most exciting hero and quintessential Western man, Edward Fitzgerald Beale. The novel Rush to Destiny is based very closely on those journals.
There we go. Now they're going in. Nice center rack. 290 degrees. And away we go. Now let's mess around with our Putanesca sauce. Okay, for the basis of this Putanesca, instead of having a little tomato sauce like I had in the last one, I got the medium-sized can of wonderful chopped Italian flavored tomatoes right this time, but any chopped tomato is fine because if they don't have those Italian flavors, just throw a teaspoon of Italian seasoning in it like we did the last time. Now we're going to add some of our wonderful spices to this. Okay, we got our tomatoes, our diced tomatoes. I'm going to put a little white onion in this. We're going to start this in the pan and we're going to soften this white onion in some olive oil. And maybe just a little touch of butter, although the Italians aren't real high on cooking with butter. I am, and I'm cooking it in my kitchen, and just like you cook things in your kitchen, do it your way. Do it the way your family loves it, do it the way you love it. These recipes are adaptable. Let's do this guy in. I got a nice little frying pan over here. Okay, a little olive oil. There's a generous tablespoon. I'm just going to drop these in and let them rock and roll. We're going to do some of those. We're going to do a little green onion tops. We're going to do some mushrooms. We're going to do a little red wine. What would Putanesca sauce be without red wine? And the surprise ingredient, anchovies. Gotta have a little anchovies in there. While that's cooking, I'm gonna got our one generous onion. I think that needs to be washed one more time. Doing this without adding one more finger to the pot. When you live in the ranch, you deal with lots of ropes. Sometimes they bite back. They get tired of being used, I think. I'm just going to salt and pepper that out of habit more than anything else. Okay. I have here the small can of chopped olives. You could use wonderful Calmetta, you could use Italian olive, you could use a lot of things you could use. I've got a teaspoon of Italian spices, the mixed spices. I've got a little short of a teaspoon of garlic powder. Like that, here we go. We're going to mix this up real well. I'm going to add a little red wine. Wine corker removers are great, but they're using so many screw tops sometimes in these bottles that it tricks you. You throw one on there and it's not a cork. Okay, there's a quarter cup of red wine, and this little guy, again we're going to mix him up, and then we're going to begin to cook this slowly as soon as we get these onions softened and reduce it down. I got 3 nice brown onions, 3 nice brown mushrooms, 3 nice white cremini mushrooms, and we're just going to, I like mushrooms, so instead of chopping these up in little tiny pieces, we're going to quarter these nice buttons. This would be probably a half a cup of nice hefty chunks of mushrooms, maybe a tad more than that. Pretty hard to have too many mushrooms in anything that you cook that's vegetables or main dish or meat or whatever it is you want to add them to. I don't know that you get a lot of nutrition certainly out of mushrooms, but I just like them. I think they're wonderful to use. Nice consistency, nice pretty brown earthy color to them. We of course pick a lot of mushrooms right here in the mountains behind us, and we had some fires this year. It's one of the dangers of living in beautiful green country. It dries out and you get some fires. And we go. You know, you could throw a little celery in that. You could throw a lot of things to it. I'm going to let it cook a little bit before I add half of this parsley. Half of it I'm going to leave nice and green to top the dish and make it pretty. We're going to do that. Now, where have I hidden there? A snake out of bend bit right in front of my eyes. Beautiful, beautiful little anchovies. Now, if you don't have an affinity for anchovies, if you don't enjoy the flavor of them, don't use them. Just because those are Italian girls of the night use them doesn't mean you have to. I'm going to drain half of this juice off, half of the oil off of them. About half of it I'm going to leave in there. I'm going to use a whole can of these guys. We're not going to tell Kat. She's not as fond of them as I am, but maybe we can fool her. She's pretty hard to fool though.
Blood in your hands, blood in my eyes.
Sis Brad, I've been behind you all the way. All we done to build up the Triple R?
I done. You're just paid help. Don't forget it. Now you get him, or you get the hell out.
I don't know. You and I ride on out. We brought more than one man down what got in our way.
I didn't stick my tallywhacker in that sheriff's wife. And I didn't stand by and watch while skunk bastard hit against the wall. Now you get him or you get the hell down the trail.
Your bad deeds come home to roost, and you're all gonna die. You can't hide from the truth, eye for an eye.
Okay, look at those little guys go. Now we're just gonna let this guy cook down. I might see if we got a nice little green vegetable, or maybe we can make a beautiful green salad for us to serve with this. I think that's the best addition to it. One of these days we're going to do a grilled romaine salad. I think if anybody would have told me a few years ago that I was grilling romaine, I would have told them they were crazy. But a good friend of mine who's a decorator down in the south and is a wonderful gourmet cook called me up and said, "Have you grilled any romaine?" And I said, "No." And she said, "Well, you got to do this." And I did it. She put a little olive oil on it, throw it on the grill, top it with some balsamic and some some bacon and beautiful gorgonzola or any of the blue, nicely blue marble cheeses. Works wonderful on there. A couple of nice red cherry tomatoes on the side, and it's a knockout. Actually you can do it as an entree if you have a big enough head of romaine to do it that way. Okay, I'm going to let you go take a peek at Montana and Wolfpack Ranch, figure out, which is an easy figure, why we live up here and why we love it. Okay, again, okay. Got my knife. As I was making some notes in the other room, I came across this little pen, beautiful, nice pen that I picked up at the Aldrovandi Palace in Rome. I thought that's appropriate that I'm making notes with this pen I got from the hotel in Rome, overlooking the zoo, by the way, and an absolutely spectacular hotel. While we were cooking something with a little Italian bit to it. Not bad, huh? Okay, here we go. Let's take a peek. I've got my water boiling. I have a salted water boiling. I got my 2 servings of pasta here, a little spaghettini, the small pasta. I'm going to drop that in there. Hot? That's hot. That's funny how that fire does that. Okay, I've got my ribs ready to come out of here. We hope they're ready. Oh, golly, those ready in the water. I'm going to take, just for fun of it, let's take a look at that. Oh, geez, those are nice. Just coming apart. We're going to put them in the broiler. Pop that open just a little bit so that overhead broiler starts going. I'm going to dress them one more time with this wonderful sauce rub that we made up. Look at that, go on there. Woo. The little spaghettini start going. They are there. Okay. Look at that. Is that gorgeous? Gorgeous. It's going. I gotta turn the fire on right here under my sauce to make sure it's good and hot again. I got it nice and thick, by the way. See that? Is that nice? Wonderfully thick. Back under here to warm up. Stick away for a minute. Be right back as soon as my spaghetti is done. As soon as we get a little brown on those beautiful ribs. Alrighty. I think we got ourselves. Oh, we do. Pasta is perfecto. I got a little colander over here. We're going to drain this while we do a couple other little tricks. We're going to pull our ribs out of this oven. I'm going to set that right there. Just long enough to get them off. Here we go. There it is, right there. There's a 1 and a 2. We are going to move this out of the way so you can see what's going on over here. Thusly. Okay. Now, let's make a plate out of it. Knife just glides through like it should. You need to serve these with a nice napkin so I can pick them up. Okay. Slip this little guy out of the way. Put this here. We're going to do this beautiful pasta. There. And that's a good serving right there. Just a little bit more. Okay. Let's dress this guy up. Pretty. I'm gonna set this out of the way till I get ready to do my plate. That's there. This is here. Cat's beautiful, beautiful salad. She made. It's prettier than just about anything we have except her. Look at this. Now if that's not a plate fit for a king of Florence, I don't know what is. That is so gorgeous, I can't even begin to tell you. We're going to grab a bite to eat. Don't you dare go away, we're going to be right back. Okay, a little thought for the day. Courtesy is owed, respect is earned, love is given. It's been great having you here at kitchen at Wolfpack Ranch. Love to have you come back any old time. Watch for us, we'll be around. You take good care of yourself. Hugs to you and your family from Kat and I. Tell everybody you love them. See you soon.